Folks, what you're about to see is the beginning of the end of the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not exaggerating. Yesterday on CNN, yes, CNN of all places, Hakeem Jeffries, their so-called Walmart Obama, he got absolutely annihilated on air. Fact-checked, cornered, humiliated. I mean, he couldn't even answer a single straight question. And it was so brutal. Even CNN's own host wasn't buying his word salads anymore. And here's the kicker, guys. While Jeffries is melting down on camera, the Democrat Party is hemorrhaging voters at a historic pace. 4.5 million gone, vaporized. Now, this isn't just a bad week. This is extinction level collapse, folks. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through every painful detail step by step so that you understand why CNN turned on Hakeem Jeffries and, more importantly, why Democrats are panicking like never before. Now, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one because we're going to get to President Trump's murder-free miracle in Washington, D.C., the doctored crime stats that the DOJ just uncovered, and, of course, the unbelievable revelations that are tying Mexico's president straight to the cartels. You're not going to believe how deep this goes, guys. But at the end of this video, you're going to see exactly why Democrats are completely finished. So buckle up, guys. This isn't just a story about Jeffries embarrassing himself on CNN. This is the death spiral of an entire party. Like, it is playing out in real time. So if you appreciate the news updates, hit the like button, subscribe. I want to go ahead and jump into this, okay? So the ground just shook under the Democratic Party. Two earthquakes at once. On the one side, you got Hakeem Jeffries, their so-called leader. He got obliterated on CNN, guys. Not Fox, not Newsmax, not ABC or whatever, CNN. Their own team turned on him live in front of the nation. Now, at this very same moment, the Democrats, they just lost 4.5 million registered voters. Now, that's not a typo. 4.5 million people walked away. This is the biggest collapse in voter confidence in modern history, maybe even in a century. Now, you want to talk about extinction? This is what it looks like. And what I'm about to share with you guys is exactly why. Now, let's start with the humiliation, shall we? Hakeem Jeffries, or as the internet now calls him, Walmart Obama, great value Obama. He went on CNN thinking that he was just going to, get a softball interview. But instead, the host changed the game. The host shredded him piece by piece. So the moment crime came up, Jeffries, he had to play the same old game. Yes, crime is a problem. We all want safe streets, but and here's where he lost it, guys. He can't let Trump be the one to fix it. You understand? He can't let Trump be the one to fix it. Like, can you imagine admitting that out loud if you're Hakeem Jeffries? You see where I'm going with this, right? The host didn't let him wiggle his way out of this. She pressed him, fact-checked him, and then forced him to face the truth. And what did Jeffries do? The exact same thing Kamala Harris used to do. Ramble, word salad, frustrated, dead-eyed. He couldn't give a straight answer, couldn't defend his own record, couldn't acknowledge the obvious that under Trump's National Guard crackdown that Washington, D.C. is seeing the first murder-free streak in living memory. CNN annihilated him. And here's a real kicker, guys. If this is the face of the Democratic Party leadership, if this is who's supposed to rally voters, well, now you understand why the party is collapsing into extinction. Now, trust me, guys, you haven't even heard the worst part of this story yet, because I want to share with you guys exactly how President Trump's results on crime are exploding. And they're, on top of that, exposing Democrats' biggest lie that they've been telling and why their refusal to support safety is costing them millions of voters. So this is where the collapse gets irreversible. Now, have you ever wondered if your Medicare plan is quietly changing behind your back? Most people don't even realize it until it's too late. Doctors who were in network last year, they might not be this year. Prescription costs, they sneak up higher, benefits disappear, and the worst part, your insurance company never bothers to call you to tell you. It just happens. And so this is exactly why I partner with Chapter. Their advisors are trained to catch these silent changes before they drain your wallet secretly or even strip away the coverage that you depend on. Like, take Leslie Taylor, for example. One of our viewers, she thought her plan was fine, but Chapter uncovered hidden costs and saved her over $1,000 a year. Another viewer, Sharon Bertusik, she got dropped from Medicaid altogether, thought that she was out of options, but Chapter guided her into a Medicare plan that gave her peace of mind. That's what I'm talking about, and I absolutely love it. So here's a question. Are you 100% sure that your plan is still the best one for you right now? Most people aren't. This is why most people are already calling the number at the bottom of your screen right now. So don't be the last one stuck with these surprises. Phone number is 909-563-8279, or you can visit them at askchapter.org/Ron. It is a totally free service for the Ron Yates community. All right, guys, let's talk about the crime divide, because this is where the contrast between President Trump and the Democrats is night and day. 2 weeks ago, okay, Trump sent the National Guard into Washington, D.C. And guys, the results are nothing short of historic. Everyone, on the left-hand side, they panicked, right? But get this, police veterans are saying that they've never seen this before. A murder-free streak longer than anyone in the department has ever been able to remember. Now think about that for a second, okay? In the most dangerous city in America, right? Suddenly, people are wearing watches again. Women are carrying purses again. Families are in the parks after dark again. Trump freed 700,000 people from living in fear. I think that deserves an amen, right? And so while all of this is happening, the DOJ is uncovering just how deep the rot goes. Doctored crime stats, murderers logged as accidents. How do you mislog it as an accident? Assaults swept under the rug, all to make Democrats look better on paper while their citizens suffered in silence. That is the real scandal here, folks. But instead of celebrating safer streets, what do Democrats call it? Fascism. You can't make this stuff up, guys. They would rather see people terrorized in their own neighborhoods than to give Trump credit for cleaning it up. That's not hypocrisy. That's betrayal. And Americans know this. Americans absolutely know this. And you want proof? Let's look at the numbers, because this is where the extinction level collapse becomes undeniable. A New York Times analyst just dropped, okay? And it shows Democrats have lost 2.1 million registered voters. Republicans gained 2.4 million. That is a swing of 4.5 million voters in just 4 years. Okay, folks, this is the worst loss either party has seen in modern history, maybe even going back a century. I mean, look at the battleground states. Michigan is at, Michigan Democrats are down 21%, North Carolina down 14%, Pennsylvania down 11%, Arizona down 12%, Georgia down 7%. And that doesn't even include states like Texas or Ohio that don't track registration by party. And so the Republican Party is in its strongest position at this point in the cycle since at least 2005, maybe since the last century. Now, this isn't a dip, guys. This isn't a rough patch. This is extinction level collapse here. And the craziest part, Democrats are still acting like nothing's wrong. They're fiddling while Rome burns. I mean, if you thought Jeffries looked humiliated on CNN, talking about crime, wait till you hear what happened when he got cornered on gerrymandering hypocrisy. This is where the walls really started closing in on him. And so here's where CNN absolutely buried Hakeem Jeffries. They didn't just stop at crime. Oh no. They went straight for his hypocrisy on gerrymandering. So Jeffries, he went on his usual rant about how Texas Republicans were rigging the maps, right? But the CNN host hit him with the knockout punch. Wait a second, Congressman. Didn't you support the same thing in New York when Democrats redrew the maps in your favor? Caught red-handed. What did Jeffries do? Exactly what you would expect. He squirmed, dodged, and unleashed another one of those Kamala Harris-style word salads. Well, a special master, a right-wing judge, we must ensure democracy. Nothing but babble, guys. CNN pressed again, asked for specifics, and he couldn't give one. When CNN is cornering you like a hypocrite, when even they won't give you cover, you already know the walls are closing in. So Jeffries, he looked like a man that was drowning on live TV, and that is the face of the Democratic Party right now. Weak, dishonest, and collapsing under its own lies. But the humiliation didn't even end there. Folks, I want to zoom out just for a second, okay? While Jeffries is rambling on air, the entire Democrat machine is in denial about their collapse. They look at the 4.5 million voters that they've lost, and they say, oh, it's just Florida, maybe Texas. Wrong. The New York Times report covered 30 states. This is nationwide. And so while they're bleeding out voters, the DNC is nearly broke, wasting what little cash they have left on consultants, charging them $20 million to tell them to appeal, trying to tell them how to appeal to young men. Now, remember, Kamala Harris She burned through what, $1.5 billion in 90 days. And after doing that, she had nothing to show for it. It's the same playbook happening again. And so then the cherry on top of all of this, on live TV, a Democrat strategist actually claimed that Trump's brand had cratered. You heard that right, guys. Even CNN commentator Scott Jennings could not contain himself. He literally burst out laughing on set. This is how delusional the left has become. They're just laughable, even to their own panels. Folks, this isn't just spin. This is the death spiral. They are bleeding out while pretending it's a scratch. It's hilarious. So if you thought it couldn't get any more embarrassing, wait until you hear what happened when CNN pressed Jeffries on what he refuses to endorse his own party's socialist candidate for mayor of New York. That, my friends, is where the annihilation turned into pure comedy. So just when you thought the humiliation was complete, CNN hit Jeffries with one more grenade, the socialist endorsement scandal. Now, the host asked him flat out, "Congressman, why haven't you endorsed Zoran Mondani, your own party's candidate for New York City mayor?" Now, this should have been the easiest question of his career. Just say yes, endorse the guy, move on, right? But what did Jeffries do? He danced, he dodged, he babbled. He talked about conversations, housing affordability, gentrification, moving forward, and a whole lot of nothing, right? A total Kamala Harris style word salad. He never gave a yes or no. And when the host pressed again, reminding him that it's pretty unusual for a top Democrat to withhold endorsement for their own nominee, he melted down even further. Compare that to President Trump. If you ask President Trump a yes or no question, you're going to get a yes or no answer. "Mr. President, do you support tariffs?" "Yes, higher than ever." "Do you like what Putin's doing?" "No." "Stop it. Agree or disagree." You know exactly where he stands. But Democrats, never. I mean, you would think if they bury us in enough buzzwords that we would forget the original question, what the original question was. And I noticed that years and years and years ago. I used to always think to myself, what was the original question? I would fall for it too. Like, you'd literally hear a politician, a Democrat politician, being asked a question, and then they say so much words, and then next thing you know, it's like, what did the original question get answered? What was the original question? So that right there, guys, this is why CNN annihilated Jeffries. This is why Americans are leaving the Democrat Party in record numbers, because these people cannot lead. They can't inspire anyone, and they can't even ask or answer basic questions. And so when you step back and you look at the big picture, it's crystal clear. I mean, this isn't just a bad week for Democrats. This is pure extinction. Leadership failures, check. Hakeem Jeffries humiliated on CNN, check, right? Kamala Harris irrelevant. No one left who can speak for the party without embarrassing themselves. Policy failures, check. Opposing Trump's crime crackdown while their voters are begging for safe streets. Pushing radical social engineering that nobody wants. Electoral failures, check. 4.5 million voters are gone. Swing states are bleeding red. The DNC broke and delusional. This is the death cycle of a party that forgot the people that it was supposed to be serving. And once that cycle starts, there's no stopping it. So here's the thing, guys. If CNN is willing to annihilate their own golden boy on air, what do you think 2026 is going to look like when President Trump's Republicans take the field? Guys, so, all right, August 26th, 2025, CNN annihilated Hakeem Jeffries live on air, shredded the man over crime, exposed him as a hypocrite on gerrymandering, cornered him on his refusal to endorse his own socialist candidate, and left him sputtering word salads that reminded everybody of Kamala Harris at her worst. That's humiliation, plain and simple. But here's the bigger picture. That one interview, it was symbolic of the entire Democrat Party. While Jeffries was melting down on TV, his party was suffering the biggest voter collapse in modern history. Down 4.5 million registered voters nationwide. They are bleeding out in every swing state. Their policies are failures. Their leaders are uninspiring. Their money is gone, and their base is leaving them in droves. Meanwhile, President Trump, he's delivering results. Washington, D.C. just saw its first murder-free streak in living memory. Families are feeling safe again. Streets are clean again. The DOJ is exposing doctored crime stats that Democrats tried to hide. Trump is restoring order while Democrats sink into chaos. So this isn't just a bad news cycle. This is extinction. The Democrats are circling the drain, and 2026 is shaping up to be probably the final nail in their coffin. And so here's the part that you really have to think about, guys. If CNN is annihilating Democrats on their own turf right now, just imagine what Trump and other voters are about to do next year. So don't go anywhere, guys, because YouTube thinks you're going to love the next video popping up on your screen right now. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Click it, watch it, because the extinction of the Democratic Party isn't just coming someday in the future. It's coming right in front of our eyes. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this video everywhere, and I'll see you guys on the next video.